Today is a day of victory. I let go of my beautiful, yes, two beautifuls, honey-colored IKEA bookshelf that had been collecting dust in the garage. No, the victory is not the $70 in my pocket, although that feels good. You see, I won against myself. I let go without remorse. I felt nothing when the buyer loaded it into a minivan. I had a minute to admire the bookcase as it glistened in the sun and to say to myself one last time, I'm sorry to let it go. Later, what I felt was lighter. I was happy to see that empty space. I was happy that something I loved was now to be appreciated by someone nice. At least he seemed to be nice. That said, the decision to let go was not an easy one. Every time I walked into the garage, the boxes would make my heart twinge. There were dozens of binders nicely labeled grade 5 science or grade 6 number sense or something like that. There were textbooks and novels for kids. There were boxes within boxes that contained gifts and cards and notes and staples and many other things a teacher needed, and then some. Those boxes sat for about 3 years before I started going through them. To me, each item represented failure and inadequacy. My failure and my inadequacy. It represented too a hope that I would return to the classroom one day when I would be full of energy, healthy, organized, and on top of everything. If not this year, then next year. Giving away those markers, dividers, and dozens of binder clips seemed like I was giving up. To me, it meant I would not return to teaching. I was physically out of the classroom, but my mind and my heart were still there. I found reasons to hold on. Maybe I will need these again. I will have to spend more time, more money, make more lesson plans if I got rid of them. True, I might teach a different grade and have to start over anyway. True, the curriculum might change. But still, I was constantly in two minds, living one foot in and one foot out. I realized that I do that a lot. That's another topic for another blog. But I knew that having things around me that I was not making use of weighed me down. They made me feel heavy. I started thinking that holding on was perhaps keeping me back from something new. If I were to start again, why not start afresh? I'm glad I waited though. I'm not the rip the band-aid off quickly type of person. Good or bad, I'm the take your time, do it when it feels right type. I thought giving away cards and kids' projects was breaking ties with them and would break my heart. But these kids have moved on and they will always be special to me. I kept a few items: the pretty blue mug, the drawing of a horse a student who was in my class for only a few days drew for me. I kept the tiny teddy bear and the beautiful cards. Perhaps one day I will let go of those too. If you've made it this far in the video, I am so grateful to you. The longer you watch, the more it helps this channel. If you have not yet subscribed, please consider doing so. And a big thank you to those who have already done so. I appreciate your support through subscriptions, your likes, your comments, and shares. May you find something here that can uplift you in some way. One of my sisters always says that getting rid of the old makes room for the new. I agree. But getting rid of the old is not easy for me. I've held on to dresses that no longer fit, and not just in the hope that I would one day be able to wear them again. I did so because maybe I wore it to a special event like a relative's wedding, and somehow the event and the dress became her. I imagined that I was giving away a piece of her and it would hurt her feelings. Crazy, huh? Clothes packed and ready to go to a thrift store are in danger of being pulled out again. Not because I have immediate plans to wear them, but because just in case. I even put a beautiful framed print in the Value Village bin and brought it home again. Thankfully, the second attempt was successful. Why are certain items so linked to people and times in my life that they almost become the people and times? I really don't know. I don't think it's healthy, at least not for me. I am all for holding on to mementos. However, when an intense emotional pain is felt just by the idea of losing a thing that is not loved for itself, but because it triggers a memory, then maybe it's time for closer examination. My father passed away 15 years ago. For years, I couldn't bear to see anything that belonged to him. Some of his clothes remained in bins. I just could not bring myself to give them away. I just felt too sad. But that nagging and unreasonable thought that he might be hurt in some way if I gave away his clothes remained with me. Like I do with my school stuff, I part with his belongings in my own time. Each year, I've donated a pair of pants or a shirt. It might be too slow for others, but it works for me. The time gave me the chance to notice my unhealthy relationship with things and to develop healthier habits. I still struggle. I am yet to let go of the table that belonged to my mom. The black IKEA coffee table that she really didn't like in the first place is still in the garage. The hospital blanket that covered her when she came home from the hospital still makes me feel like I'm touching her. I'm yet to part with it. I still feel like if I do, I will be giving away a part of her, maybe even her life, her memories. I learned that there are several reasons that I hold on to things. Maybe I will use them again, or someone else I know will. I'm afraid I won't find something like it again. I think of the money I spent. If I give away a gift, even if I cannot use it, I think I'm not appreciating the giver. I feel like I'm giving someone away or hurting their feelings when I should be caring for them instead. I'm holding on to a memory. I feel intense emotions in association with some things. I even hope that someone will want the things I don't want because it will ease my burden. This refers specifically to items belonging to my parents. In my irrational way, I will feel that the person it belonged to will be cared for through the caring of that thing. It really helps to know why I hold on to that broken figurine or that box of cards. Knowing does not necessarily make the parting easier, but it makes me examine each motive closer. The more closely I examine, the more clearly I can see what is healthy and what is not. It's hard to explain how I feel when I have items around me that are just sitting there. It is only when I get rid of them I realize that I feel lighter, freer, and my mind clearer. The most important thing I learned is that my emotional attachment to some things is irrational and can hold me back from moving forward. I'm happy that I recognize this and I'm learning to break free. I'm learning slowly but surely to hold on to things lightly.